Yo, what's up fam, and welcome to today's video. So I'm about to go hit a leg day and it's like 9 o'clock. I have to be up super early tomorrow, but I wanted Miranda to film this one so you guys can get some better angles and so you guys can see everything, because sometimes it's super hard to get the footage for you guys. In today's video, what I'm gonna do is show you exactly what I do for leg day, the sets, the reps. My leg day right now is hypertrophy with a little bit of strength. I'm basically just gonna show you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Maybe some form tips, a little bit of advice. But yeah, we're gonna hit a sick workout, get a sick pump, and grind through this because I have to be up super early. Yeah, I got some new kicks, guys. Oh. Check these out. Got the Adidas Boosts. I bought these, you can barely see. I got these for Thailand so I can walk around and not have these on my feet because these are not comfy. These are the Pharrell Williams and they're just like shit, yeah. They have no support. They look nice, but no support. So these ones have a lot of support, super comfy.
Well, check out mine.
Yeah. Which ones do you guys like better? Yours are so flashy compared to mine.
What do you
It's
mean?
like not even comparable. It's purple and orange and it has like blue. Mine are just like black. And then the chat, check out mine. Look at that. Yo, there's my color. Shit's like glowing, right? That's pretty cool, huh? Come on.
No, it looked way better last time.
Normally, guys, I'll take my creatine. I actually switched over to this other brand, EFX Sports.
Let's see.
It's pretty much the same thing. It's like a monohydrate, so it's not gonna make a difference. But this is what I'm taking right now. 2 pills before the gym, 2 pills after the gym. But anyways, let's go hit that leg workout. Hopefully all this helps you guys and maybe you can follow this workout in your next leg day. I'm also gonna show you guys 2 different leg workouts. So I'm gonna show you this one today. This is the one I'm currently doing. This is my hypertrophy with a little bit of strength just because of my compound movement. Next video, what I'm gonna do is show you a leg workout that I would do for a cut. It's a lot more intense. I'm sweating a lot more. The intensity is just up there. So that's gonna be next time, but we're gonna do my regular workout right now. Pretty much every single leg day, have to wear a hoodie, no matter what. Especially for squats. I just feel like more compact or like sturdy, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I'm like
Safer,
yeah, when I have my hoodie on. And I also like it because when I'm squatting with the bar, it doesn't hurt my back as much. I feel like I have like that padding without using the pussy pad. You know what I mean? Because if you're using that,
you ain't a sick cunt.
You ain't a sick cunt. Don't use it. No sick cunt status for you. I'm only putting these on right now for my warm up, but I always squat barefoot. And the reason I squat barefoot is just, it feels more natural for me. I feel like I'm like grounded. I can get planted better. Okay, so first thing I do when I hit legs is like, I'd say like a 5-minute warm up. I usually do, I guess like 3 dynamic exercises. I never do any static stretching. I wouldn't recommend any of you guys doing it. When you do static stretching, you're basically getting rid of like the elasticity in your muscles, which is not, like you're not gonna be as strong for your compound movements. You wanna keep that, that tension in your muscles that you already have. So what's actually better is to warm up your muscles instead by doing dynamic movements that are gonna mimic what you're doing. So like for the squat, I'll actually do a body weight squat to get my body prepared for that movement. Also warm up like hip flexors. My ankles are kind of tight and they don't have a lot of mobility. So what I'll do is actually my first exercise for my warm up. All I'm doing is really driving my knee forward as far as I can over my toe without raising my heel. So I'm keeping my foot planted, say as if I was about to squat, right? And I'm taking my knee, driving it as far forward, keeping my heel on the floor. Like you don't want it to elevate, right? Because you want to mimic that plant of you squatting. So what I normally do is just about like 10, 15 reps. What I'll do is sometimes even roll it outwards just to loosen it up even more, get a little bit more mobility. Okay, so for my second warm up, what I'll do is just like these sweeps. Like what would you call them?
I don't know.
Hip sweeps? I don't know. But anyways, it's to warm up my hips. I do have really, really tight hips. And I feel like when they're warmer, I can get the depth that I want and I don't get tightness halfway into my sets. So this honestly helps me open it up a lot.
What's that stretch?
That's my shake it out. That's my make sure my quads are still there. Stretch, you know. So the last warm up I do after I do my ankle mobility and my hip mobility is literally a body weight squat, and try to just mimic the exact way I'm going to be squatting with no. Actually, this part I like to already go shoes off. Remember, we're trying to mimic the exact way that we're going to be squatting. So I try to find my foot stance. My ass is tight. It's kind of a weird thing to say, isn't it? My ass is tight, but it actually tight. Got the belt. This belt is horrible. First of all, like look at this. So I'm gonna be doing heavy squats. This has pretty much no support, but in a way I kind of like it because it forces me to engage my core a lot more. But I'd say if I did go heavier than what I'm doing right now, I'm gonna need to invest in a better belt, something that's just like thicker and more sturdy. But this does the job for now. Makes me work a little bit harder, which is nice. Tunes, need that. If you're squatting without tunes, fuck, you're a psycho. For the first set, I'm gonna toss on just one plate, do one warm-up set. I don't want to exhaust myself. I'm gonna do 6 reps, probably 6-7 reps. Throw on a second plate, do another like 5 or so reps. Then that's when I'm gonna jump up to my 3 plates, which is my working set. Pretty much do 2 warm-up sets, then jump into my working set.
All came from the dreams we had.
Somebody is not squatting after that.
This is why we're waiting for. And in my mind, in my head.
When you're squatting, the way you unrack it, you almost have like a routine. The reason I say that is because when you're unracking your bar, you want to be in a position that your body's already comfortable with. The reason that is because this is a compound movement that you can progressively overload. So a big thing is getting in a position that you know you're gonna be strong in and that you're comfortable in. What I always like to do, this is more of like a pop-up part, just like look at the bar, get ready, hands up, and I almost like go staggered. It's like one step in. What a lot of people do is they'll actually lift the bar up. You're almost using like their back or like pushing up. You want to think of doing a hip hinge. So like almost like you're doing a deadlift, right? When you're coming back, you're hip hinging, flexing your glutes. That is how you're taking the bar off. You're activating your glutes. So you're coming in, right? If you're in that position, hip hinge, up. That's the position. Once you start to get up to your heavier weight, you want to take the least amount of energy to get into your actual movement. So once I unrack it, I'm taking 1 step, 2nd step, and the 3rd step is just to recorrect. After that, I'm taking my breath in, making sure my body's nice and stable, my feet are planted, knees are rotated out. Basically everything's in check. It's like I'm running like a checklist in my head. Once I do that checklist, that's when I'm going. I'm not just like walking up to the bar, grabbing it off, and just like squatting away. There's a lot that's going on that I'm thinking about. So it's important that you're focusing on the movement when you're doing it. That's my tip, you know, just get like a little routine for when you're unracking the bar, get yourself set up, put your tunes in, and just get the work done. I'm gonna strap up for this one. 2 plates I usually strap up.
Strap on.
Strap on, strap up, whatever you want to call it.
And you have a tight ass.
I got a tight ass, putting my strap on. What was I gonna say? So yeah, this is still another warm up. This is my 2nd set. I'm gonna do like 5-6 reps.
The dreams we have, the love we share. This is
Working set time. The goal is to go for 4 sets, 5 reps each time. On the last set, the 4th set, is when I go for failure. So even if I can achieve more reps in my set number 1, 2, 3, I'm stopping. Keeping some in the tank and then finishing off the 4th set for failure. Should I give you guys another tip? Should I give you guys the tip?
The tip of what, babe?
Tip. I've already said so much random shit in this one. It's like, yeah, my ass is tight. Putting my strap on.
Now you're gonna take the tip?
Okay, I'll give you guys the tip. Okay, check this out. I'm gonna save a bunch for next video, but here's one of the big ones that I think a lot of people just don't think about when they're squatting. So, you know, you do your whole nice setup, you bring it off the bar. What you wanna do is think about corkscrewing your heels into the ground, like you're rotating them inwards. What that does is forces your knees to slightly come out, okay? A lot of people when they're squatting, their knees are gonna cave in, which you don't want. That applies a lot of force onto your knees. You want your knees to be directly over top of your feet. You never want them to cave in, and you also don't want them to go too far out. But it's important that you have a slight angle to your feet and your knees. What that also does is help open up your hips, so you're gonna engage your glutes more, you're gonna be stronger, and ideally that's what we want. We wanna have progressive overload. Just watch my knees here, or watch my heels. So right now I'm standing just like completely normal. What I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna rotate inwards. You see how my heels slightly move inwards? Get a clip on my knees here. So I'm standing normal right now, and when I actually rotate in right now, you can notice that my heels, my heels come in and my knees go out. I'm also in a way more like sturdy position, which is gonna overall give me more strength. It's gonna keep my hips open. At the bottom, you're also still thinking about keeping those hips open, those knees over top of your feet. Super important. Oh yeah, let's hit this.
The dreams we have, the love we share, this is what we're waiting for.
I felt good actually. I felt really good. Clean. What do you think? Was it clean?
Yeah, it was
Pretty
good.
clean, eh? Okay, so now we put the shoes on. Now that we are done the squats and we have done our 4 sets, we put the shoes on. So next thing is going to be leg extension if it's open. The order that you do these in, like the ones after, don't really matter. The way I like to do it is whatever you want to grow more, I would hit that one first. So if you're trying to work on your quads more than anything, right after your squats or compound movement, I would go do the leg extension. You just have more energy in the tank. You're gonna be able to push more weight and just get more reps out of it. Anyways, we're gonna hit some hamstring curl. What we're gonna do is 4 sets, pretty much the same thing as the squats, just no warm up. It's gonna be 8 to 10 reps of my heaviest weight, but like I said, keeping a couple reps in the tank on the 4th set, that's when I'm going till failure. Shout out to her. Give this video a like because it's super late and she's been working all day long and she was nice enough to help me film this video.
In my head, this is where we all came from.
I'm gonna give you guys one tip for the hamstring curl. If you want to activate your hamstrings more, you have to take your calves out of it. So what I actually like to do is activate my calves a little bit on the way up, and on the way down when I'm getting that nice negative, that's when I try to completely take them out. So it's gonna be kind of hard to explain, but we can kind of show them like this. So if I'm dorsiflexed like this and my toe is facing upwards, my calf is gonna be a lot more engaged when I'm doing this hamstring curl, laying down hamstring curl. It applies to the other ones too, but this is gonna keep your calf in it. So when I'm actually doing the contraction, I'm gonna keep my foot dorsiflexed. On the way down, so on my negative, that's when I'm actually gonna point my toe the opposite way, and you can even tell like my calf is like, it's not contracted at all. It's completely out of it. So now all the work, and you can come up here, all the work is gonna be focused onto my hamstring now. Like I'm not actually like pushing my toe out on purpose. I'm like letting it more so relax and pointing my toes out. If you guys know what I mean. For the leg extension, I'm gonna be doing the exact same thing as the hamstring curl. It's gonna be 4 sets, exactly the same way. On the 4th set, doing my failure set, keeping it nice and slow, under control. I'm gonna give you guys like a demo rep right here. This is how you should be doing it. Big thing, butt is staying down. When you're bringing that weight down, your butt is not coming off the seat. It's staying down. That's what these handles are for, use them. So get your butt down, put yourself in place, and we're going controlled. So on the way up, you can go a little bit faster. You're trying to get that contraction, that explosiveness, right? So explode up, contract, hold. On the way down, you're eccentric. That's when you're putting your muscles under tension, nice and slow, and you're stopping before the weight touches, right back on.
What is this?
The wrong way to do it, this. If you're doing this, you might as well not even hit leg day. You guys might as well go get knee surgery right now if you're gonna do that. So now this is the 4th set. This one's gonna be the failure set.
In my head.
Proper etiquette. Clean your machine. Be nice. Okay, so this is huge. Rest time. For my squats, I didn't even mention this. I'm waiting minimum 3 minutes, like 3 to 4 minutes for my working sets. So that was when I was doing the 3 plates. Giving my body enough time to recover its energy stores, and be able to do that movement again for the same amount of reps. For the other exercises that I am doing, like we're gonna be doing hip thrusts on this machine here, for the leg extension, the hamstring curl, those are all gonna be a minute rest. And like give or take like 10 seconds, but that's what it's gonna be. And I'm really strict on those times. I try to keep it to 1 minute, just as much as possible. The reason I'm choosing these times is for hypertrophic reasons. The important thing is that you're progressively overloading, basically pushing enough weight to actually create these micro tears within your muscle. You wanna be doing that every single set. You wanna utilize all the sets that you are doing. So it's important to give your body enough rest time to be able to do that next set and break down that muscle. If you're doing it too fast, you're gonna move into what's called muscle endurance. Now, yeah, that's good. Muscle endurance is great. It's gonna be overall good for your body, your muscle. You're gonna be able to do things for a lot longer, but it's not gonna get you bigger. And that's why next workout, I'm gonna show you guys a muscle endurance workout. It's better for cutting. Like I actually do that when I'm trying to lean down or get ready for a competition, because it burns a lot of calories. So I recommend it strongly when you are trying to cut down. But if you're trying to bulk and you're just trying to get bigger, this is the way to do it. Increase your rest time a little bit more, 1 minute. For the compound movements, increase that even more. Allow your body to just like rebuild its ATP and its energy. Everybody, I swear, everybody likes to go way too far down. They think that pushing their glutes all the way to the ground is gonna get more activation, where really there becomes a certain point where when you put your butt too low, you're not activating it anymore. You're using your quads, you're using your hamstrings, you're using other muscles. The reason we're doing this machine is to build our glutes, so we're gonna hit our glutes. My biggest tip, keep your core engaged the entire time. A way to do that is bring your shoulders slightly forward. You can even tuck your chin just a little bit. You don't wanna like overdo it to the point where like your neck's hurting at the end of it, but just make sure your abs are contracted. Then we can start. I'm gonna stop right here. Make sure you're holding this and you're squeezing your glutes. You're thinking about it, holding those glutes. Okay, so same thing with this. I'm just gonna stop repeating myself here. All these exercises, these main ones, are going to be the exact same sets, same reps, failure at the end, same amount of rest time. Nothing too complex. You don't have to be complex. It's about progressive overload here. Try to increase your weight next time. Calves. Calves. Your main man, your sick cunt, is giving advice on calves. Look at these things. Should I be giving advice? Probably not. I'm just kidding. I do hate calves. I work on them I work on them hard. I don't have God-given genetics for calves. They are growing. Also, I know what I'm doing with it. They just don't seem to grow as much, but it's also because I neglected them. They're like a neglected child when I first started lifting. Gave everything else love. So now I'm stuck working my ass off to build these calves. I'm gonna give you guys a tip on how to get more out of it and engage them. And that's gonna be what you do with your heels. When we're coming up and you're getting the flexion in your calf, it's important that you don't allow your ankle to roll out. So actually come from the back here. Okay, so when we're coming up, you're not allowing your ankle to roll out. See how that's happening? Like I'm almost like rotating in, my ankle's like popping out. You don't want that. It's important that you're making it straight. And you can, I even notice a massive difference as soon as I bring it in. My calf actually contracts way more than when I was like this. And also, this isn't good for your ankles. You don't want to be doing that. Keep it nice and straight. Keep your knee over top of your calf and contract it through there.
The love we share, this is what we're waiting
for. All the main exercises are done. What I do at the end is a finisher. So for my leg finisher, I'm gonna do lunges, kettlebell lunges, there and back on this turf. And when I get back with the same kettlebells that I'm using, I'm gonna be doing RDLs for 10 reps. And then that's when I'm taking my rest. This rest though however, is different than the other ones. So the other ones I was taking 1 minute. This one's gonna be 30 seconds, 3 sets. That's it. It's to really like gas myself and just basically finish off the workout strong. If you guys aren't listening to the Sick Cunt Gym Rave, then you also can't do this workout. So this gym rave goes hand in hand with this lift.
Where we all came from, the dreams we have, the love we share. This is why we're waiting.
Like I said, I'm gonna show you guys another leg day. It's a completely different variation. The intensity is way higher. You guys are gonna see me sweating a lot more, just working a lot more. Like, this is still work. It's just a different kind of work. It's more strength and like mentality, being like, I can push for that 1 extra rep. Like, I know it's heavy, but I can get that 1 extra rep. That's what's gonna help you grow. Whereas like, when you're doing supersets and a high intensity workout, it's more so, I'm not gonna rest, I'm just gonna keep on going, I'm trying to sweat, like this is a grind, like you're not really thinking about like how much weight you're pushing. It's very different. Like, I honestly enjoy more of the high intensity stuff because that's just like who I am. I like to sweat. Strength is more the part where it's like, oh, it's like kind of boring, like I have to wait a minute in between. It's like come on, I just want to go, like I'm geeking on pre, and it's like I just want to hit this next set. And sometimes I get a little bit bored. Yeah, sometimes you just have to do the things you don't want to do. Like, obviously there's times where I don't want to do a certain lift. Like, you think I want to do hip thrusts on a machine and work my glutes and just sit there and hump? No, it's kind of boring, and then I have to wait a minute. I have to also hit my calves, even though a lot of the time I don't want to. I'd rather do what I used to do and neglect them. Oh, we gotta, this is all dirty. Yeah, you gotta be your own person, but obviously like it's important to have someone to look up to and someone that inspires you. Not like, it's not that you want to like be that person, but it's nice to know that like someone achieved that. You can look up to them for like motivation, because like I know a lot of times like I don't want to go film, or I don't want to do certain things or work on my brand because like I'm tired or exhausted, and then I see the person I look up to working really hard on what they're doing and they're successful, so it's like, shit, like that's what they had to do to get there, so I should be doing that too. It's nice to see what other people are doing. It's not that you want to completely be that person. So I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but like just be you, but it's good to have someone to look up to and that motivates you or supports you in whatever way. But that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you maybe took something away from that lift, or you do this lift during your next leg day. But I will see you in the next video, which is going to be the other leg day, so you guys can, if you're watching this one, make sure you're watching the next one so you guys can see the completely different workouts and like the different intensity. Like, I'm telling you, like it's totally different. Like, they're not the same. Like, I'm barely breaking a sweat during this workout, and like I said, it's not because I'm working any less. It's just a different form of energy, a different form of training. Anyways, see you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe if you are new and like this video. And why are you liking this video? Because the person behind the camera is so helpful, because I wouldn't have been able to make this video at 10:30. She has to be up. She's had a long day. I have to be up, and she literally did not train during this workout. She just filmed me. We're getting a lot done for you guys, and she's gonna be starting her own YouTube channel too, so you know, I'm excited, and I'm excited to have you guys around and supporting me. Peace out, fam. See you guys in the next video. Let's go! Casa! Hey babe, how do you say underwear in Portuguese? How? Cuecas.
I got no quackers on.
And that's a wrap.
This is where